It's another Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Waike Inter building.
Hello, Murayo. Good morning. Good morning.
I love your shoes as usual.
Thank you. I want to lament.
What happened?
My banter will always be lamenting.
It will not always be. There will be good news.
The idle mind is the playground for the devil.
Yeah.
The idle mind is the playground for Yahoo. The idle mind is the playground for fraud. The idle mind. They should please, I beg, let these students go back to school. You will complain that the youngsters are doing Yahoo. But 1 year, you don't let children go to school? Come on.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? It's not fair. It's not fair. So they should please solve the problem. I just wanted to lament because it's really, really upsetting me.
Most parents are really upset.
I mean, I don't have any child in university right now, but I know how long it took Mohammed, my brother's adopted son, to graduate from Ife. Yeah. I know how long it took him to graduate. It's not fair. They waste these children's lives. How
are you doing, Nima?
I'm fine. I'm grateful. I don't know. I lost my banter with what YK just said because it's been on my mind, wondering how sad this situation is. My friend and myself were talking yesterday, following Tokwe's banter on, getting some people employed that, I must do something. And so what I usually advise is something I would not have shared on banter, that, the young ones around me. So I'm just going to employ everybody who is doing something to talk to the young ones, the students around them, to find another thing to keep themselves busy. So if it is tech or something they can learn, because doctor now is getting employed. Sorry, my younger brother is getting employed. We call him doctor because he's a bookworm person. So he started taking tech, and because of those courses, while ASU is on strike, he's been in Unilab in 100 level for 2 years. And so now he's been able to get an internship with a company that they're paying him. So maybe talk to the people around you to find a job that they can do, little by little, get people with other skills.
Just get them engaged.
So for me, go and learn a trade, learn a skill, learn something. That's what I do.
Invest the time.
Invest the time. Take advantage of the free time.
I did mood.
Like your outfit.
Thank you.
Bye, Diggy.
Yesterday, 2 people reached out to me to give something to the Center for Destitute Empowerment, which is where
your invite.
Yes, which is where I'll be spending my birthday.
It's your birthday on Thursday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
I know you said you are busy. Mariah too is busy.
I'd really like to come for the event. I mean, for that outreach. I'll see. I'm speaking somewhere, so I'd like to see if I can how I can make it.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. But more importantly, I feel that I attended a program about in Benin, and the message was around the fact that when we do celebrations, we celebrate with ourselves and our kind, and that sometimes we should just we should change who we are inviting to the table, because many people are feeling left out of what is, and because they feel left out, there's a predisposition to want to act out of, I'm alone, I don't have anybody that cares, I don't have anybody at stake. So let's do what we can. A lot of people feel that Nigeria is not working, but it is actually about us caring for the next person around us. Extend the hand of fellowship.
Nice, fantastic.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's Tuesday. I mean, work has started. The whole of last week, we're all still lounging and chilling from the whole...
I hear you're going to talk in my old school.
Oh, yeah, new era. Oh, that's your school. Imagine that.
Auntie Eddie is always talking about you. Oh, you're going to speak at new era.
That's where I'm speaking on Thursday, I think. Yeah, Thursday, yeah.
Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday, yeah. That's what I'm speaking at, yeah. So
it's two...
The two of you will be at the same...
To be at Idimu. Finish at New Era to go to...
You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to see what I could do. I was actually going to get off the show on Thursday to go attend theirs. But then I just realized that I think there's some schedule. I don't know what happened, but I think I just have to show. We'll see how it goes. Hey, listen, this life...
You will explain to them that you'll be late now.
No, they already know that I'm coming in after the show. So I spoke to them already, so we're good to go. Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we return, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Let's start with The Nation. Jonathan, I didn't authorize group to obtain APC form. Picture here of former Governor of Lagos State, Fashola, and Honorable Minister of How It Works, while they were doing inspection at the Eko Bridge by Akmongbon. Broadcaster arraigned for sharing Christian people's sex tape. Strike extension, students slam ASU and federal government. Protest in Lagos and Ekpoma. Petrol scarcity worsens in Abuja. Sokoto Zamfara failed to register pupils for WASI. And Oyo reintroduces history in schools curriculum. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, so this group that, insisted they bought President Goodluck Jonathan's from, they're called the Headers, and Almajiri group. So I'm trying to get the full names. So Nomadic Headers and Almajiri community in Nigeria, that's the name of the group, supposedly, that bought President Goodluck Jonathan's APC presidential nomination form for 100 million. So following the name, you would wonder how this money was raised. But President Goodluck Jonathan has come out and washed his hands through his spokesperson, his spokesperson saying no, that they didn't authorize any group to buy any form for him. He has no such ambition. And I hope...
Is he not still a member of PDP?
Abi? I am seriously hoping. You know that we just woke up and found out that our CBN governor was a party member.
Can I just read part of what, before you finish, of Vino Mokri's tweet? He said, first of all, to whet your appetite, let me say that under the rain and under the sun, I will follow Jonathan. Secondly, I can't ever be one with APC. Thirdly, nobody can shave His Excellency at GJ's Jonathan's head in his absence. Read between the lines, more to come.
So the media advisor, Ikechukwu Eze, is the one who posted this on their Facebook, saying they don't send them message, because everybody now is doing group. The group that bought for the CBN governor, and now the CBN governor is in court. The group, they not send on now. Just like
okay, so the strike extension, the students have declared today under the aegis of the National Association of Nigerian Students, declared today, May 10th, as a National Day for Action to test run their 3-hour strike across airports, highways in all the various, in 36 states and the FCT. According to them, they're also calling on the National Labour Congress, the TUC, and other civil societies to join them to strike. According to them, they've exhausted all the constructive engagements with government, and therefore, because of that, they're going to call on a test run strike today. But the real strike, according to them, will come on after their meeting this weekend. And so they said that it's a precursor, as I said, to a meeting that they're having very soon. What is more painful is that they said that they feel that there are divisive elements within that are stopping these things from the conversations from pulling through. However, the Honorable Mr. Ngige, while speaking to journalists, was saying that ASU should direct their grievances or to the... I'm trying to see the group he asked them to the Minister of Education, because he's not the direct employer of ASU. And all the grievances, this renegotiation they're asking for, should be done directly with the Ministry of Education and not through its office. Bottom line, the kids are already saying they're going to strike, and it's going to be a nationwide strike across. And we need to really get to some middle ground in this. Somebody's got to stand down. And I've said it before. Please, we need people to understand to put these children first.
So I wanted to talk about the petrol scarcity in FCT. There is a petrol scarcity there. They were selling petrol for as much as 450 naira per litre.
Wow. In
front of security agents, in front of the petrol station. Black market dealers were selling the petrol, and for 10 litres was 4,005. And they're trading blame. They're saying it's because of the Salah celebrations that they were not able to load the tankers. But that they shouldn't worry that now that Salah break is over, which I believe was over last week, they will now be able to start to sell.
I read a different reason yesterday.
Because truly, during the Salah break, it was easy at the Jego end of the depot over at my area, and they've resumed since yesterday.
And you are feeling the
This
traffic.
morning, I had to do a detour to find my way out of that place this morning. So they are fully trying.
Okay, let's take one more story in Nation.
Yes, Sokoto and Zamfara states, according to the head of national office of WAEC, the Sokoto and Zamfara state did not register pupils for the WAEC. They said public schools. They mentioned that the private schools registered but apparently the public schools didn't register. They didn't give any reason. But they also clarified the fact that out of the 1.6 million candidates that registered, 800,000 was male and about 800,000 also female, which was very good because there's always this discrepancy, but in this WAEC, there were like almost 50-50 of gender balance. Then they mentioned that there was no issue with NIN because some students were complaining that because of NIN, they were not able to register. The explanation given was, even if you don't have NIN and you register, you can always submit your NIN in addition later. So there's
the Ministry of Education should actually question to find out why these states does not produce anybody from the public schools. That's sad in itself.
Yes, very.
Moving on.
Very, no.
Well, let us find out first. Let us assume. Let's not assume. The Punch, presidential bid, because private schools are doing
Yes.
Presidential bid, INEC-CBN partnership on the threat over Emefiele's APC membership. Picture here, ASU strike students protest in Lagos, Benin vow to storm the National Assembly and airports. Baptist president begs abductors to release Bethel students. NYSC controversy, Kwara Poly blames hacker, an imposter declared wanted. Abducted train passengers' families seek government intervention. Tinubu Atiku lobby delegates promise to tackle nation's disunity. GSM and FG operators to meet over the 40% tariff hike. Refineries probe, reps grill Sylvia Kyari today, say appearance compulsory. And Jet A1 NNPC Airlines agree on 3-month supply at 480 naira to the litre. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Let me quickly start with the Kaduna Abuja train kidnapped passengers' families. So they are still asking that, the government assist in release their family members. They say today makes it 42 days after the abductions, and it's sad that, family members are still with, these abductors in states that I just better imagine people cannot continue to keep quiet, or government cannot continue to just relax and make statements like the president is always making without something being done. I'll quickly link it to a story in another paper where the Bethel Baptist School students, parents are talking about one student that was left. 121 students were kidnapped in Bethel Baptist School in Kaduna, and they have released only 120 students. They have one person remaining, and I dread to think that, the kind of situation that Leah Sharibu is in will become the situation of that student. Federal government will really, really, really need to take a stand about this. And in the midst of all of this, so much politicking, form buying, and all of those dramas. And
just to the first story you took, to talk about that, they said, apart from the 42 days, they want to open the railway lines, and they have not even ensured that they release the ones that have been kidnapped.
Yes. That it is, guarantee the security for those that will be doing
security for the ones that will now be taking the train, that it is not fair. And they also complained about the Minister of Transportation, who they said they saw running around the stadium, saying he wanted
to show his fitness to run for
they said he was still running around the stadium in Port Harcourt when he declared his intention to become president, while there people were still, and it was very, because I even watched it live.
Let me take the major headline very quickly. So Emefiele, remember we took the story yesterday. So INEC, civil society, is that a hot topic?
It was our hot topic.
It was our hot topic yesterday now. So the NBA, civil society, quite a number of groups are really, really worried about his intention to run for office. And INEC especially say that they might have to move their sensitive materials from the CBN vault. You can't be running for office and our
it's supposed to be the umpire that is
keeping our
materials.
So it's straining the relationship. If you recall, he went to court yesterday, and his lawyer, Zekome, had asked that to find out if it was okay to see the constitutionality of him running. However, the court had refused the plaintiff's request, but summoned INEC and AGF to appear before the courts on May 12th, that was on Thursday, to show cause why the CBN governor's demand should be granted. So the case is still on. So hopefully by Thursday we have an idea. But as for now, INEC is quite worried that their sensitive materials are in the CBN's vault, and you are your guy of CBN.
The painful part
might as well just step down right now.
He bought a form with the APC in so-called group's name. He said he didn't have intentions to run, and eventually he came out to go get a lawyer to come and declare, for the court to clear his ambitions whether he can run.
So it's like
my problem is, within the APC, did they not think of the institutionality of that, you know, the sanctity of that institution he sits on and say, no, you can't run. You can't run. No, you can't own.
No, they will collect the form, and during screening, they will screen out the people that don't qualify.
It's a fundraising party.
I need clarity on that. Is it when they screen out, they don't refund? What exactly?
Sometimes they don't refund.
The question
during the convention, they actually refunded. So, but we don't know how. They need money right now to run this election. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. You had a story, Papa?
And the House of Representatives on Monday had a meeting. It was a stakeholders meeting to discuss the challenges of Jet A1, and the NNPC as well as have agreed that they will subsidize the price to 480 per litre. So if we recall, the price moved from 190 to 700 per litre, and for the next 3 months, they've reached a middle ground that they would charge 480 naira per litre for Jet A1, pending when they give approval to the 10 agreed marketers for the purpose of importing directly. So there's a bit of peace for now. I'm just a bit worried that who is going to pay for this subsidy that they are creating, because it's supposed to be a free market for this Jet A1. And there was no answer concerning that in the papers. But let's give 3 months and have a bit of stability within the airline operators.
Okay, the major headline. The Senate President, Dr. Ahmad Lawan, has joined the very crowded presidential race within the APC. And this is quite interesting because many have already said that in the APC, there are few Northerners vying for that office. You know, it's making it very likely that there might be there's likelihood for them to come down south to pick their candidate. But right now, we have more Northern elders supporting Ahmed Lawan, and he picked up his form, his energy, according to them. His entry has sent jitters into the camps of the aspirants from the southern part of the country. And by picking his form, he has further increased the number of the aspirants within the party. And he said a highly placed elders within the ruling party are in support of Lawan, according to this report. He said that they're supporting him because of his wealth of experience and his experience in public service and the advantage of age has been on his side. Many other sources are saying that this would definitely be the cost of worry for many within the APC who are running for office. We don't know what it will mean, but listen, I cannot wait to the end of this month to find out who and who, because it's getting so crowded that if I have applied to pick up a phone.
For yourself? We'll vote for you.
Yeah, because I can't 100 million are right now. So please.
Are you registered with APC?
No, yes.
No, they won't let you buy the form if you are not registered. So quickly go and register today, so we can buy the form for you tomorrow.
Still on the presidential ambition story, the vice president was talking about how he has learned so much serving under the transparent leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Who's that?
The vice president.
Yeah.
He said this because he visited he declared for presidency on the 11th of April, and he's been doing the rounds, letting people know why he deserves to be the president. While visiting the emir, he went to visit one of the emirs. I'm trying to get the name of the emir of Gombe, Shehu Abunaka. He mentioned that he wants to run for presidency and that he was going to bring the transparent leadership model that he has experienced serving under President Muhammadu Buhari to play when he becomes the president of Nigeria.
Any last story in Daily Sun?
There's story now.
PDP and National Working Committee in crucial meeting as Araki records breakthrough. Vanguard, let's find a story. We're not taking Methodist Church parents, students kick against ASU's continued strike.
That one, a story.
2023 presidency, why I won't resign now, CBN Governor Emefiele tells court. Bandits kill 8, abduct many, set condition for peace in Sokoto village. Bamishe, I was raped by BRT bus driver. Witness tells court. Puzzles as Lawan and Sylvia Ayade join race for APC ticket. Nigeria needs courageous leaders to overcome challenges, says Saraki. Train attack, don't resume services until our loved ones are rescued, says family members. That's a fair enough argument. Okay, which story are we taking?
Bamishe, because it seems like we've been quiet. Yesterday, a key witness for the prosecution came to court and named Neka, one of those who was in the series of abuse by that bus driver. So she said she too had boarded his bus to somewhere in Jakonde in Aja, and he did the same thing to her. He held a knife to her neck and threatened to kill her if she doesn't give in to his sexual advances, which she refused. He tore her clothes while strangling her and raped her as well. And he said, in her words, she said, he said to her, if I kill you and dump your body, nothing will happen. And, you know, so I'm appreciative of the fact that the line of the story that we followed at the time when it was trending is, you know, was investigated and is being used by the prosecution in court. Hopefully, we can lock down this. Before reporters start to carry stories like this and make it sensational by saying it's ritual killing and all of that, it is a murder and a rape case. And so let's start to report crimes like that, murders and rape, so that people don't get excited over nothing, thinking there's ritualism for money and all of those possibilities.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to take the story of the bandits that killed 8 in Sokoto. They raided the village, the Takaleme village, in Gotoyonyo, in Sokoto, and they killed 8 people and they abducted many. They said that when they came, you know, they killed one of the villagers, his wife and his daughter were killed, and they attacked. The villagers rallied themselves and attacked the bandits. And when they killed 3. And when the bandits realized that they killed 3 of them, they now killed them.
Yeah, they killed all the ones that they had. Yeah,
and then they abducted many, and I think they killed some that were even in captivity, because that was just a reprisal pay. Next time, so they've charged them 10 million, and then another extra 10 million as levy. And I think they said one of the saddest parts of it is that one of the bandits is their own from their village.
So they know.
It's from their village and he lives with his parents.
But they're recruiting these people.
Maybe the people like I do people.
Okay.
Government will just relax.
Story in Vanguard?
On strike.
Let's move on quickly to the Nigerian Tribune. Race for APC presidential tickets. Fulani Groups pays for Jonathan's forms. Emefiele confirms ambition. Families of trained victims under captivity protest in Kaduna. Bridging cost logistics cause of fuel scarcity, says marketers. Political class united to have power, not to save Nigeria, says cleric. Angas ASU extends strike by another 3 months and says his home affects UTME in southeast. Okay, which story are we taking?
Yes, the sit at home. JAM had to move exams for yesterday in Anambra State because, of course, you know, Monday is a ritually new tradition of sit at home ordered by IPOB, and for me this is just so sad. You know, in Soludo Zone Anambra now, this still continues. I'm just hoping that something really serious can be done to curb this. Monday is the first day of the week, and we know these are very industrious people compelled to sit at home over what, you know, they might not even buy into anymore.
Well, my one is that IPOB say it's not them. So who is
in
it?
the sit at home?
IPOB say it's not them.
Is it unknown government?
So
all right, so let's take a final story. At the hour's 35th Petroleum Service, Vika, let me get his name here, Vika Enike, was saying that all the political class are just going up and down, trying to fulfill their political desires, but not in the interest and welfare of the people. So all this clamoring for presidency is not so much about Nigeria moving forward. It's all about their own political ambitions. And it was quite saddened to say that we must reverse this trend. He said that there must emerge a system that will throw up quality leaders, leaders who are there indeed for Nigerians, not just for their own personal political ambitions. I mean, this is something many people will probably agree with, that the frenzy we are seeing, everybody running for 100 million naira, like, it's 10 million naira, is just it's watering down the entire the office of the president. He's saying, like, it's like any Tom, Dick, and I just can't run for office.
It could also be that we have a lot of eligible people. But let me take this important story from Oyo State government. The reintroduced history in the school system. The executive chairman of the Oyo State University Basic Education Fund, Dr. Nureni Adeniro, was overseeing the resumption of students yesterday. And he mentioned that they were going to be teaching history in all schools now. They said about 4,950 history textbooks are being distributed to all primary schools statewide. And this would really be good, because a lot of us complain that our young people don't understand the history of Nigeria and why it should remain Nigeria or whatever. But when we teach history, we give them a sense of self and identity that I think is important.
And I hope that it's the right history book that they're read.
Yes,
thank you.
Very important. Let's go on a break.
Give them Mongo Park discovered in
When we come back, we continue with the topic of our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us to give us more information on what Rollard Properties have to offer is the investment manager of Rollard Properties, Halima Oladipo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning.
So what do you have today for our viewers?
Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Oladipo Halima from Rollard Properties and Allied Services Limited. For Rollard Properties, our ultimate goal is to be a leading world-class team and a point of reference for quality, excellent, and affordable real estate services within Africa and beyond. And so far, in the space of 3 years, we've been able to acquire about 25 estates within Lagos, Ibadan, Ogun State, and even in Abuja, and we are not stopping there. We keep providing quality and affordable housing solutions for Nigerians, both in diaspora, both at home, and name it anywhere you want. We are going there.
Let's talk about this, your Abuja, because, I know Rollard is everywhere in Lagos.
Yes, yes.
You floated the one in Abeokuta and Ibadan here also. But this Abuja one,
okay, so
exactly
sometime in March, we launched a new product in Abuja. That's the Hills and Fountain Estate at Lugbe in Abuja. And it's selling out fast. And in this month of May, we are going to be opening and be launching our new office in Abuja in this month of May. So stay tuned. We are going to give the announcement when the office is finally open, so people in Abuja can easily walk into the office to transact and go for site inspection, whatever you want to do. Our Abuja office is going to be opening this month of May.
Is there a payment plan for people who cannot afford to pay at once?
Yes, definitely. There's a payment plan, and presently we are even running a promotion. We are giving off 40% discount on outright payment for 3 different locations. That's the Greenfield Estate and the Greenland Estate and the Kingsland Estate. We are giving off 40% discount, just a flash sale. It lasts only till the end of this month. I don't know, I'm pretty excited this morning. I just feel like spilling everything out. So 40% off on outright payments. And we also have the Proves plan, which is a plan that has been on for the past 1 year now. And a lot of people have been even allocated their plots of land subscribe to Provet. It's a 9-month plan that enables you pay at least the minimum you can pay is 60,000 naira monthly, and at the end of 9 months, you allocated your property. And it's very easy, simple, and seamless. And for Rollard Properties, integrity is very keen to us at Rollard Properties. In the space of 3 months, we've allocated over 5 estates. And we are even still allocating. Come June 11, June 13, we are still having allocations scheduled for these dates. So there's no how you buy from Rollard Properties and you won't have value for your money. For Rollard Properties, it is just peace of mind. When you buy from Rollard Properties, trust me, you don't have to get scared, start looking front, backwards, looking at that. Is my investment safe? Am I sure I have not lost my money? No. For Rollard Properties, your investment is safe and secure.
So let me ask you about the documentation. So you guys have flash sales on 3 locations and the price is amazing.
Yes.
But what are the documentation for each of these 3 locations?
Okay, so we have documents ranging from receipts to contract of sales, deed of assignment, C of O, R of O. So when you purchase, you get all your documents intact immediately. Within 48 hours, you've gotten all your documents.
Which one?
Any of the document depends on how much you pay and what you are paying for. So the documents vary per location. For instance, the estate at Lugbe in Abuja now has an R of O. That's what the documents that is recognized in Abuja. Documents in Lagos, we have C of O, we have deed of assignment, we have excision. So we have everything. Depends on the property you are purchasing. Yes.
Recently, I got a property which I'm quite worried about because, first of all, I tried to go see the place. The people said that, oh, there's no access route. You know, so they got me in land somewhere like, no, I can't get
no man's
there. Secondly, they now told me that I have to pay developmental fee. They never told me that in the beginning. So
how hidden charges?
All those hidden charges that nobody knows about, because I'm now finding it and I'm really upset. But I'm still holding my upsetness right now. You know? But how are there hidden charges and are there access roads for these your lands?
Okay, like I mentioned, at Rollard Properties, integrity is keen to us at Rollard Properties. And even before you drop a dime, we always encourage people to come and see what you want to buy. We always encourage people, come and inspection is free of charge. You don't have to pay a dime before coming for site inspection. You come, you see these properties, you see the location. Then if you are satisfied with what you have seen, then you can now commence payments. You can now pick a payment plan that suits you. So you don't have to drop your money before before seeing the property, and then you don't even have to worry about anything. We don't have hidden charges at Rollard Properties. Once you call us, you tell us what you want, we tell you everything, plain and open. There are no hidden charges at Rollard Properties.
In addition to what Mariah asked, because we see property, all these real estate companies selling at attractive details, and only for us to have some details that are hidden. So what exactly is the rule when a person buys and wants to start? Whether they want to start long-term or short-term doesn't concern the estate. So if I want to just come and mark my plot, is it allowed within your estate? If I want to come and say, okay, let me just fence and know my own area, is it allowed? Or do you say no? Until you're ready to build, we push the people behind. Do you have such rules? What are the hidden rules within your estate?
know we don't have such hidden rules. Like when you make your payments, you get your allocation. Whatever you decide to do on your land, it is your business. So all you need to do is carry us along. So because for security purposes, because these estates are fenced, they are gated. So if we see an intruder coming in, we have to be able to know. So, but once you have told us that, oh, Rolado, I'm going to my estate, I want to start fencing, I want to start building, I want to map out my plots, let us know. So we send one of our staff to go with them, just to be a guide, and to be sure that you are not working on another person's property. So that's to ensure security and make sure that the next person to you, their land is safe and secure. So it is your landed property when you've gotten your allocation, whatever you want to do. Yes, the 40% flash sale is on, and then you can enjoy it within now till June 1st. And there's also other estates that we have. We have within Ibejuleki, we have within Kobakpe, we have Shimawa, we have Ikorodu, we have in Ifo, and we have Freedom City. I know this Freedom City, a lot of people must have heard Freedom City, Freedom City. Phase 1 is gone, Phase 2 is gone, and Phase 3 is fast selling, and it's appreciating very, very fast. Phase 3 is selling right now for 1.5 million naira. But trust me, by the end of this month, by June 1st, it's going to be selling for 2 million naira. So if you want to purchase Freedom City Phase 3, now is the time, because by June 1st, you'll be hearing 2 million naira. Alima told you.
How can people reach Roland?
Okay, people can reach us via our website, www.rolladproperties.com. You can send emails to us at info@rolladproperties.com. You can visit our Instagram, our Twitter handles. You can visit us at Rollad Properties Ltd. You can call the phone numbers displaying on the screen, and you can also reach out via WhatsApp, via email, however you choose, however it's convenient for you, via the website www.rolladproperties.com. And you can visit any of our branch offices within Lagos, Ibadan, or even at Ogun State. We have an office at Salolo. We have a number. Our head office is at number 6 Ajayi Aino Street, Ifakok Bagada, opposite Deeper Life Church. Sorry. We have an office also on the island, Plot 4, Block 2B, Fatai Arobieke Street, off Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. And we have an office at Ibadan also. And, of course, Abuja office is coming. I'm sure the next time I'll be coming here, I'll be giving you the Abuja office address. So stay tuned for Abuja office. You can walk into any of our offices for more detailed inquiries.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I think that's all we can take on this segment. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Let's go on a break now. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So this morning, we're discussing the ridiculousness in the amount of people who are vying for the presidential ambition in Nigeria for the 2023 coming elections. As of this morning, we have at least in total 40 aspirants. So for the PDP aspirants, we have about 17, although 2 were disqualified. APC, we have over 25 and still counting. This is minus the other parties. I mean, these are the 2 major parties, but there are other parties who are also having presidential aspirants across board. Now, the worrying part of this is not just the fact that they are vying for these offices, but the costs of the nomination forms. APC especially is charging 100 million naira. And we're having almost 45 people within the APC hoping to buy 100 million naira ticket nomination form. How much are we looking at? That's like 45 billion. So, and this is probably some of the kind of money that ASU is looking for to pay the teachers, to revitalize the universities. Where are these monies coming from? These are real questions Nigerians are asking. So herders can come together, farmers can come together, herders came together, Almajiris came together to put 100 million naira for their candidate. But we didn't see them putting money together to help them fight the insurgency within their communities. To help, God bless, to help release the kids. So this is the conversation this morning. Please join our conversation. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 091-390-76948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. We'd like you. In fact, I want to hear from the viewers this morning. What are your thoughts? Nigerians are suddenly becoming this noble bunch trying to support their own aspirants. And you're thinking to yourself, what is going on?
Wow, my own problem is the sincerity. I do not see sincerity in any of these people. They're dropping this kind of money. And it's everybody, it seems as if it's for their own selfish purposes. Nobody is dropping because I want to help Nigeria. So you are putting 100 million to... And I don't see any hope amongst these candidates.
We just say that because there are some that I've actually come across as they have plans, you know. There is a gentleman called Professor Bunwa, I think. He seemed pretty, you know,
Peter Obi.
He's Peter Obi.
Not APC.
These are people who we have heard speak.
Okay, we're talking generally.
We're talking generally. People who have heard speak, and they actually have the interest of the country at heart. You know, I've heard a few speeches, and I see some really brilliant minds.
I've heard speeches that are not within these two parties. I've heard outside the parties that we think don't stand a chance. I've heard people who speak, and I think, oh, yeah, you. But when I mean, I was listening to one this morning that's inside this party, and he was boasting of how he did so much in his state, and I'm thinking, infrastructure. I cannot eat infrastructure.
Exactly.
Create wealth. Which wealth did you create in your state? You know, so I'm very disillusioned, and I keep thinking, because okay, I'm trying to make an effort to get a voter's card, but I'm looking. If these are the people, come on.
Well, let me come to Nima. Your thoughts on this?
My own problem. This morning I was driving and just thinking of this Nigerian problem. Somebody just by, I think, response to a radio show mentioned that the problem of Nigeria is fighting corruption and the right leadership. And I said, so what about the culture of corruption? Because you think you are looking for one individual to go and jail, but there's a system that permits, you know, this around us, and nobody's doing anything. So how do you change people's culture now? Because it has become our way of life. And you will now see that in the party system. So a political party is not just an administrative office. It's not to sell markets. A political party is supposed to stand for something. When the APC rolled out the change mantra, all of us bought into it because we thought an idea was coming. This idea, when everybody buys into it, we change our way of thinking and doing things. And then we start to see a better way of doing things. Eventually, it trickles down. Where are we today? And so you see the same party now selling form for everybody. If a person is not interested in an office, how do a group of people come and buy form for the person that have not
in absentia?
I don't get it.
That is not a party member.
I cannot understand it.
A non-party member.
Party will now say, you just bring the money first. Don't worry. It's the culture of corruption. You just come, bring 100 million, bring it first. Emefiele, go to court. Go and get courts to order that you can run.
This is so laughable.
Now, Emefiele doesn't understand that he is not Godwin Emefiele. He is the CBN governor. That his office is such that cannot be seen to be partial. It's supposed to be an unbiased umpire playing and leveling the field for everybody. You sit as the CBN governor. So people now come and knock on your door. God bless Jack Conde. In their time, people will stand and say the things they want to eat. They will come and meet you at the back and say, don't worry, let's just paint all these cars. Tell them you are not running. And you cannot come out and say, so and so are the people. I have told them, I am the CBN governor. My office is such that I must see and do things like this. And I cannot be seen amongst you people.
Integrity.
Stop, you know? So declare it in a way that it is loud and will deafen the person that is making that noise. Integrity. But you didn't do anything. All right, fast forward, they buy the form. Wait, Moria Mabinu. You don't go and get a lawyer. An SCN, senior lawyer of everything. And the person did not tell you that I'd rather die for the truth. I know that you might have certain, if clarity comes in, but I believe in this Nigerian dream. Go and sit somewhere
Nima, he will be paid now. No, money
I'm coming. That's where I'm going.
Nima is establishing the culture of corruption. That's what
we're all saying, just bring the money. Everybody, even the executive, pay first. Don't worry, you file injunction. Court, order the other parties to join.
I would expect that the executive is on retainership. I would expect that.
It is integrity.
I would expect it to be on retainership.
I can't hear anybody.
We lack integrity.
We lack it, YK.
So YK is not just about lacking integrity. It's like we don't. It's like Nigeria redefines everything. So in Nigeria, corruption means a different thing when the corrupt person is from a different ethnic group, is from a different family, or from a different tribe. When it comes close to home, we redefine corruption. Integrity is a different thing. In Nigeria, redefined. So it is that idea of there is a Nigerian way of doing things. We have African time, Nigerian time, Nigerian integrity, Nigerian corruption. So we keep redefining this thing to suit whatever we want to achieve part time. But here is my own issue with the topic at hand, which is, why do we have so many candidates? What exactly do they think Nigeria is? Is Nigeria a cake? You want to come and take a slice? Because if you understand the challenges, if people really understand what it would take to rule Nigeria and lead Nigeria out of the crisis we are in, we will have fewer presidential aspirants. When they understand the problems Nigerians are facing, I hope you understand how many people are not able to go to school, the security challenges, they sit at home in one area, there is kidnapping, airline operators, school, the universities are on strike. When you understand the list of problems Nigeria is facing, and you understand within yourself you want to solve that problem, you by yourself will say, I cannot do again. But the people we have now are ambitious to tick the box that I was a presidential aspirant.
Yes,
and that for me is ego. That is what we don't want.
You know, what is even interesting, if there's anybody that I always saw as a man of integrity, has always been Professor Yomi Osinbajo, our vice president. He's a man that I totally respect. But in recent times, as I have been singing the praises of the Buhari, and I'm thinking to myself, Ejo, whose praises are you singing exactly? Is it, am I missing something? Hanging there somewhere? Because the only time for me that Buhari made sense was that very first speech he made after he became president, where he said, we're for nobody and for everybody. I remember how I felt, how inspired I was. You know, after that speech, I felt that Nigeria is about to be reborn. You know, I felt like, yes, they were about to get there. After that day like this, suddenly now he's the newest hero that PYO is. Every speech like this, Buhari is this, Buhari is this. I'm thinking to yourself, what am I missing?
What you are missing is that Buhari is PIO. Abi, what's his name?
PYO.
He's his PYO. He's his deputy.
They are a joint ticket.
He's a joint ticket. He's responsible for everything that Buhari did. As Buhari is.
So I guess I missed that point. So let's go on the break. We'll be right back. We'll continue working when we come back after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing all the party of presidential aspirants. You know, I was saying yesterday, it's quite unsettling when you see there's so many people. It's like they've watered down the entire essence of this office. You know, let me rule out some of the names in APC, you know, just in case you also have an idea who we're talking about. Obviously, the former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is one of them. We have David Umahi, governor of Ebonyi State. And we have Orji Uzokali. He's a member of the National Assembly.
He stepped down.
Stepped down. Yes, I remember he said that I was going to step down for Lawan. He did? Rocha Okorocha. Yahaya Bello, as we all know, his DG was here recently. Rotimi Amechi, you know, he was jogging around somewhere to show us that he's fit. You know,
that's what we need. Nigeria is a joke. Honestly,
Tunde Bakare, he paid for 100 million.
Yes.
Yeah, Pastor
but you know, he's not one association. People buying Tunde Bakare's form.
Now he pay now. He pay money.
So those
Yemi Osinbajo, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, he's also received his own nomination from Chris Ngige. That ASU is looking up and down. He said, "Don't come to me. No, for God, please go and meet Ministry of Education. It's not me. I'm running for office." He didn't say that, but he is very busy. He's an arbitrator.
He said he's labor. It's not the direct employer.
Yes.
So let's come to the joke of all of that. So, former Governor Amechi is running. But you know, the people under the train, which he's supervising, that were kidnapped, their families can sort themselves. While I, first of all, pursue my ambition. Don't worry. I'm fit. I can run around the stadium.
You should use that energy to run and
that energy. I did not run. People. To help the people. You know, there's almost this human part of these people that have died.
No, inhuman. They are not
human anymore. So their human nature has gone, died, buried. So
they are not selfless.
It's seen that the University of Benin students, they barricaded their gates. They are threatening to barricade all conventions. Presently, they barricaded expressway and is looking at them. Those boys are leave them.
Because
Don't
your
worry.
children are not there.
Let me take this call. It's been holding for a while. Ariel from Abuja. Ariel. Good morning. Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
All right. There is this conspiracy theory that I've conceived over some time now. And it's just as if the present ruling party, APC, already have money stacked down somewhere to run the election. I look at it as a situation whereby they want to maintain power. The opposition power is also there, but they know they need money to outrun the opposition party because they are also gearing up. So the best thing they could do is to harness money together and begin to appoint individuals. Hey, you come, you come, you come. Take this amount, take this amount, take this amount, and drop this money whenever we call for it, because we need this money to run this election so that we'll win this election. And I just see that playing out. Because I can't believe people who have not been in politics before coming to pick up a form to say they want to run. People who don't know how the system is running, they are ready to run. It doesn't really make sense.
Thank you very much, Ariel. Because, you see, let's from what he said, let's even pack the aspirants to one side. The Nigerians, you and I, who are raising 100 million naira to support them.
Thank you.
Then we now say, oh, these are the same Nigerians. Labour will carry placard and say they cannot pay for subsidy. These are the same Nigerians that Labour will carry placard and say that, oh, it's because of them that the minimum wage was increased. These are the same clowns that are putting money together. So what do we want in this country? We are raising money, headers, farmers, putting money together.
Maybe
for
they're
politicians.
just putting money to pay ASU.
Maybe
that's what they are doing. This one, they're just saving this money.
Let's deal with the fact, because what Areo said was speculation, and the truth is there are several speculation out there. People throwing different
conspiracy theories.
Yes, conspiracy theories around.
Yeah. I brought my own now. They are saving money.
The fact on ground is that some individual organizations, the farmers, the Almajiris, a group of people come together and they have the capacity to raise 100 million. And they felt the most important thing to do with that money in this current Nigeria, with the level of poverty around,
is to buy a piece of paper.
Buy form for someone.
A piece of paper.
Because why exactly are you doing that? Because for everything there's an agenda. They say whenever there's a crisis, trace who are the beneficiaries of that crisis, because somebody is benefiting from it and the crisis will continue. So right now, we have people that like the fact that there's a crisis going on here and they're benefiting from it. People invest money in campaign forms for others because they are hoping when you become president, you will reward me with contracts and all of that. And we need to begin to trace it. We have ICPC, we have EFCC. Can we start tracing the funds?
The EFCC had mentioned this last week.
Because who are the people contributing monies together, and how did they get that money? Because if we start tracing the fund, when people realize that the EFCC and ICPC would prosecute corrupt funds, it might reduce the number of people doing this.
Some people, let me even add a bit to that list. Some people actually paid for Akinwumi additional to the
Yes.
I mean, Nigerians have money.
No,
but please, where is money?
It's
100 million.
I believe that Nigerians have money, and I believe that Nigerians suffer from misplaced priorities on many levels. That is why an aspirant would jog around the stadium like it is a fitness exercise that what you are going to become a president. Your core responsibility is to rescue Nigeria, not to show physical strength. So we also have people that feel like Nigerians are dumb, or we are blind, or we don't have our brain, we've forgotten how to use our brain. Because you have, in the past 8 years, or in the past 7 years, recorded several issues. And then you have the effrontery to come and say, you want to become the president of a country that you have not served diligently in the past few years, that you have not commented on the bad governance that you want to come and correct.
Okay. Under the PDP, let me read a few names on PDP. So it's not as if I'm going to read from APC. We have Atiku Abubakar, as many of you already know. We have Bukola Saraki. We have Peter Obi. We have, of course, Atiku told us that he has 11 million votes sitting ready. That we shouldn't just go to sleep. He has 11 million votes already in the pocket.
But you see, this is the thing. This same Atiku he took Buhari to court. that he's the one that won the election. Yes. Why he got more votes than him? So now you know you are. Oh, it is now that you know that you had 11 million votes.
Yes, 11 million.
So you said you had more than that.
We have Dele Momodu. We have Sam Uhabun. That's the person I saw that I was quite impressed with. Professor Sam Uhabun. I think that guy is brilliant. I don't know. It's not my call. I don't know his person, but I don't know his sounded. Then Emmanuel Udom. I think Olivia Tarela. Oh, some women in this. There's some women in this group. Are there any female in the aspirants in the APC? I've not seen them. I'll see if I can find them.
I wanted to talk about the minister for Niger Delta, who recently declared his own. And, you know, we have so many people who have things that they think they know about him. And we still have a panel, off your mic panel, unresolved. You know, and this person buys a form and thinks that the unity of Nigeria can be depicted in this, his driver being from the south, one being from the north, you know, a Nigerian person.
No.
Who's talking about?
The minister for Niger Delta, Akpabio.
Oh, yeah, Akpabio.
His driver is from...
People play with us as if... These days, I just watch wedding parties to be able to come down, because if you watch Nigerian stories, depression can come in. It's painful where we are now, and nobody is desperate to bring in a change that will ease the lives of every normal, average Nigerian. For that alone is painful, because this conversation, whether we like it or not, is largely about me, you among these politicians.
Okay, so I'm told here now that I have Uju Ohaneye. She's the first female presidential aspirant under the APC, so at least we have one woman in APC. Let me take this call from Remy. Remy from Suleja. Good morning. Are you there, Remy? Hello, Remy. Are you there? You're live. Go ahead, please. Hello? Okay, I think we lost her. Are you there? Hello, Remy. She just hung. She's
hello, Mariah. Good morning.
Morning. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Oh, that's PVC. All right. Thanks. My comment is very simple. Most of these politicians are taking Nigerians for granted. One, that they have control over power. Two, it is all what they call politics.
Hello? Oh, we lost that. Please, could you try to call him back?
Can I read some tweets?
Yes, please.
Ajayi Adedayo says, the presidential ambition of Godwin Emefiele while he's still in office is compared to a cashier in a bank playing bets. Oluwa Bemilaye Isaac says, the question is, what are the criteria the parties are using to allow people participate as aspirants of the presidency? If the parties don't have a purity criteria for the aspirant, then it shows the level of how corrupt the parties are. Rotimi Sunday, APC candidates are buying form as if they are buying pure water. My goodness, where did they get the money from? Corruption in this regime is like a normal thing, as if all is well in the country.
I have to go on a quick
break. Death and hunger every day, as if the nation is doing well. We are in soup.
We have to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up on this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this matter of the presidential candidates. Dr. wanted to say something.
Yes, I wanted to go into the number of people who first tell us they have no idea, they have no interest in contesting, and then they come out and pick up the form. So people will tell you, no, the campaign is not me. I'm not interested. I did not want, I'm not the one that finance the campaign, I'm not interested in contesting, and the other moment you come out and declare, it already shows lack of integrity. I cannot trust you. I cannot trust you with Nigeria's economy. I cannot trust you with Nigeria's funds, because you already show that you will not stick by what you believe.
Maybe they were still consulting. We can give them benefit of the doubt. Listen, I can't come out in the open to say because I'm still trying to consult at the background. So it might not be a fully lack of integrity matter.
Let me tell you why I disagree there.
If you want something, you want it.
The rumors have started going, and we know that you know that you might just say, you know what? I haven't decided. It is in the works. Finish. I will have more respect for you than you saying, no, it's not part of my. No, I'm not doing.
And then the next moment you
I don't see 100 cars with your picture on it. And then they ask you, say, no, it's not you. Why has the EFCC not called you to ask you where the 100 cars came from?
Let me take this call from Yakub. I'll come to you, Nima, in a second. Yakub, are you there? Thanks for calling. Yakub. Okay, I think our phone lines are actually...
So why can't you just hit the nail on where we are going? How many cars that time? Let's even assume it's just 50, and I know clearly it's above 50 cars that were painted in such a way. The EFCC, these are supposed to be in the offices independent of each other, should already be asking, why are these painting of cars happening? What is the source of the painting of cars? Already, we should have details of the CBN governor right now who refuses to resign, but is listening to his advisors coming to tell him to go and buy a form. I don't understand.
Let's be patient. This Thursday, we'll find out the court, what the court says.
We already would have a law on
They did not buy him the form. Say, quote me, wait. They didn't buy him the form. Wait, this room. Quote me, they didn't buy him the form. Okay. And I'll tell you how I concluded that. You are in court now, asking the court to declare you fit to run even though your office is clashing with the issue.
Okay, so that's on one side.
Let me respond to
the intention of those who you claim they force you
is together. Okay.
Well, they are three people, according to the papers, unless you don't read the paper.
Agents.
Also, you are saying the group, the farmers group, and the support group, there's agents. They both for him.
Quote me.
Okay, I've quoted
so,
you.
what about the law?
Calm down.
There's a law on ground that says that if you are a political office holder, you should resign before you pick up a form.
Yes.
All our presidential aspirants that are occupying position, in their koro eye, they are rather waiting for a court injunction without obeying the current law.
Yes.
So if I don't vote for you to become president, it means that if the law says vacate, you will sit down there and be claiming that until the courts and Supreme Court, it shows you don't respect the rule of law. Because the first thing you should first do, respect the rule of law and be waiting that you'll be reinstated.
That for me right here is an extremely important point. And should be the reason to invalidate some of these people. Because the Electoral Act is very clear.
Explicit. You are now going for interpretation.
So if you respect the rule of law, let us see it now.
INEC can say that our material is inside your house.
Yeah, the vault.
And you are the yoga of that vault. You are the only one who has the key. In fact,
they didn't say that's why key. Just say that now. They didn't say
that. Property inside your office again.
What INEC said is that they might consider moving the ballot papers from the vault of the CBN because he has the intention of
it goes to the core of our democracy. If INEC has to move something that's sacred, that you know is the safest place, is with the CBN. The CBN governor, something is wrong.
So let me just put this there.
Sometimes I should buy one for me. I'm not saying I did not know.
Another consideration we should make that is very important. If you have a case with EFCC or ICPC that is still undergoing investigation, perpetual injunction, or you have been convicted, you are automatically disqualified.
Excuse me.
Because if EFCC has enough evidence to start arraigning you, that means we should be suspicious of you. Even if you are innocent, let us wait until the court says you are innocent before you can then
go back and wrap up. You two wait.
We have to wrap up.
You two wait till your name is clear.
Yes, before you can come.
Let's take a few messages and wrap up on this.
EFCC case disqualified.
Okay.
Yes, go on.
Andrew in StarTimes says, how many presidential aspirants do we have? Multiplied by 100 million, that money could resolve the ASU strike and pay salaries of some state workers at least 3 months. Selfish leaders.
Misaki says, no one is contributing any money, Jerry. Two Nigeria says, Nigeria should demand to see the government account transaction in real-time form or phone alerts. And if Fiona says, Almajiri won't shock me. I'm
telling you, Almajiri for Jonathan. And in your community there,
there's kidnapping. There are many people that they are looking for funds to release citizens.
Wow, we have to wrap up.
I did not know. I did what you says. Akpabio is that is yet to be cleared from the mess that happened in NDDC is also aspiring to be president of Nigeria. How did we get here? And that's the question I want to ask.
No, the answer is most of these presidential aspirants they're only in it for their selfish gain.
How did we get here? How did we get that people that their integrity is questioned, is being questioned, are now buying form.
Like I'm renting crowds.
400 million.
I'm renting crowds to declare presidential ambitions. And the Nigerians now left their jobs and went there. My husband was like, look at the stadium.
You will see a governor. His state is failing.
Yeah, he cannot pay salary.
The effrontery. So people say, I want to run. Last song is a problem.
Because
like, I want to run.
Because he feels we are not thinking.
We have to wrap up on this. I don't know. Let us end this conversation with the normal Nigerian saying, God will help us.
Yes.
This one is we that we help ourselves.
God will help us.
This
That's like every Nigerian.
You haven't heard that
meditation in Nigeria ends with God will help us.
No, they said that God has dropped the. He has put our line on engage in Nigeria.
No, that has not happened.
We have to wrap up.
We have so many churches.
We have to run.
Because we have to help ourselves. If we do not start to make serious statements now as citizens, 2023.
We'll see. Anyways, as I said, God will help us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I said don't say that.
Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So Tuesdays, we always have to touch on health topic. Therefore, joining us to discuss reducing out-of-pocket health service for affordable and quick access to quality health delivery, and to explain Ilera Eko, is the General Manager, Lagos State Health Management Agency, Dr. Emanuela Zamba. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
When I saw out-of-pocket expenses, that is me, number one. I'm constantly paying because I've not found that right insurance for my family, because I have a large family. So I want somebody that can cover my entire family. So what is Ilera Eko, and what information do you have for us, for our viewers today concerning Ilera Eko?
Thank you. So I'll start by saying that it is a law that was established in 2015, although we didn't really start until 2020. And that law empowers the agency, which I come from, to propagate a scheme. It's called the Lagos State Health Scheme, but it's actually a social health insurance plan. And the plan, the scheme contains not just what we're offering as a social plan, but also even all the private health insurance plans that are in Lagos. We do know that we have a preponderance of private health insurance in Lagos, largely for the corporate sector. So part of our role is also to regulate that space to ensure that people get value for money, people are not disenfranchised when they buy into the private health plans. But of course, we know that these private health plans are really expensive for the average person. So the informal sector, which is like 70% of us in Lagos, is the largely uncovered, really. And so if you don't have something that's affordable for them, they will not get health insurance. So that's why we step in and we bring up this social health plan, which is called Ilera Eko. Literally, it's to get the informal sector to understand that we're talking about your health, buy into it, and you'll have quality. So it's more or less a call to action for them. And we have the most affordable plan that you can get anywhere in Nigeria, actually. I don't think there's anyone that's selling something lower than what we're selling with regards to the quantum of the benefits inside that package. So that's what we're about.
So I learned about the Ilera Eko and the entire Lagos State Health Insurance Scheme from a friend who works with you, Mrs. Eniola Banjo. And I had a difficult time selling it to another, Nigerian who's not that educated. One of the things she said was, where we go now, they will say we should bring LASRA. Exactly. They will say we should bring NIA. Shame me now, in my old age, I will go and queue for that. So what exactly are the requirements that, and how easy to register is it?
Okay, excellent question. So because it's a social plan, you're not really supposed to introduce barriers that won't let people come on board. The essence is to get people to come in. So we know that not many people have the LASRA card, although it's something that we should get as Lagosians. But however, if you have evidence to show that you live somewhere, you have your rent or your NEPA bill, your water bill, something like that, that shows where you live with your name, you'll get registered.
Interesting.
So maybe if you have a tax...
Exactly. Anything that gives us evidence that you actually reside in Lagos.
No, sorry, Doctor, I wanted to ask, because a lot of these insurance plans, they only treat malaria and typhoid.
Exactly.
Basic health.
The real treatments that you need,
Terminal disease,
cancer, high blood pressure, insurance don't cover it. I can treat malaria even by just going to the chemist.
Well, I think Lagos is a little different in terms of the government. We did a survey to look at what people actually need in terms of healthcare. So what do people normally walk into a facility for? And so this plan covers about 80% of that. We do, as you mentioned, malaria, typhoid, fever, diarrhea, childhood illnesses, all that is under the plan. But we also go a step further. You can get your antenatal care free. You can have your delivery done free, whether it's cesarean or it's normal delivery, it's free. You can get blood transfusion, it's free. You can get admitted for about 15 days in a year, and you'd get a meal a day under the scheme.
Only?
Yeah.
Every day.
If I tell you the amount now, then you'll know that, man, it's really good. It's a good deal. You can also get surgeries done, so appendectomy, herniorrhaphy is also under the scheme. You can get your lab test done, X-ray test done, ultrasound scan. You can see a dentist. Exactly. That's the better question. You can even get glasses. You can get specialist consultations, at least 4 different specialists in a year, and so on and so forth. So you can see it's really robust. And it's for a paltry sum of 8,500
a month
per year per person.
Per year?
Per person.
Yes.
possible now?
Yes. My parents did. They have a family.
Yes, I remember. Someone sent me the video and was like, somebody has given us validation on TVC.
We paid 40,000 naira for a family of 4. My dad and the 2 people, my dad, my mom, and 2 people that stay with them. So I know that there was, when I read the details, it was pretty robust, and I felt, oh, this is amazing. Let's get on this for them. The challenge, though, which I must say, was the hospital that was first recommended later said they wouldn't accept the cover anymore. The hospital is a first stack, and that maybe they had issues. So we've had many insurance people come up, even the NHI, NHIS and all of that, that after a while, there will be issue of repayment. So the hospital themselves will be like, I don't want to deal with this insurance, because when we file for our claim, the funds that should come to us don't come through. So how can you assure Lagosians that there wouldn't be such administrative issues when they use Yes.
Okay, so that's a really good question. We have what we call the Lagos State Health Fund. It's ring-fenced, and that's where all the funds for health insurance go into, and it's not used for anything else at all. Now, we learned from some of the mistakes in the health insurance industry, and we decided that we didn't want to go through a third party to make payments. So money should come directly from that fund to whether it's a provider or whether it's to someone that's a marketing agent. We would make those payments directly. So we do have an entire retinue of staff responsible for ensuring that capitation is paid within the first week of the month so that people go to the hospital and they can get care. And that when you send in your claims as a provider, that is processed. We have a tariff, and we have an entire retinue of staff. We are even working with private people to ensure we're a bit more efficient. So we have some HMOs, for instance, that are working with us as third-party administrators. They just vet the bills, but the actual payment comes from that fund, and there is an entire office.
Many providers would like to find out how long does it take to get paid. That's another issue, because there's one that spoke to me. They said that, Mariah, when I file my claims, I don't get it 8 months. Sometimes I'm still looking for claims. So that's a major issue, because we want to subscribe, but our doctors would dissuade us from subscribing. Don't use them, use this other person. So how is the processing?
Okay, so capitation, as I said, is more or less like clockwork. You get that within the first week of the month, you get your your payment for the people that walk into your facility. With regards to the claims, sometimes some of the fault is on the side of the provider. For instance, if you don't send in your claims when we've asked for it there's a certain deadline, then you can't expect magic for your payments to now come out, you know. Right. But we do try not to have a lag, because it's, unlike capitation that is supposed to be paid upfront, claims is after the fact. So usually we try not to make it extend more than like 2 months before you get remunerated for whatever claims you sent in. We do have like an SLA that we sign off on with them and make sure that we try to keep to that.
Okay, so if I am already used to a particular hospital and I do not have a close general hospital, because in the whole of Odofi, apart from the mother and child, there's no such government hospital. We only have primary health care centers. So can I then bring in my hospital, if it's not listed as, you know, as where I would like to continue my health care service under this plan?
So let me first of all correct the impression that it's just public hospitals. We work with both public and private. In fact, right now we have a lot more private than we even have public facilities working with us. So it is very likely that you would get a private hospital around where you live. However, we also have a window whereby either on the recommendation of a client, or even we have divisional offices. So our officers go out scouting for hospitals so that people, you know, we are trying to reduce cost of accessing the care in terms of transportation and things. So they go out scouting, and when we see those kind of hospitals, we talk to them. You can even get hospitals, we train hospitals to have a staff that when you walk in, they can register you, they can collect your payments, and they even get a commission for doing that. So yes, it is possible that once you give us that recommendation, we go to the hospital and we have this sort of arrangement with them.
If it's 8,000 per head,
8,000
and I went to, like, my staff, I have a large workforce. I want to register all of them under this scheme so that they can get this free medical treatment. Is it possible?
Very possible. So we're very big on, because that's how you gain quantum in terms of the number of people you're covering. So we welcome groups, we welcome associations, we welcome SMEs, MSMEs. You're very welcome.
So how would I do that? How exactly, like, when I get to the office today, I'll say, okay, Mary, we can do this. Can you
reach out?
So where would we go?
Okay, so, you know, I mentioned the fact that we are concentrating a lot on informal sector because there's really nobody that is looking after them. So we have grassroots offices. We have 5 divisional offices in the 5 divisions of Lagos, and we also have sales kiosks scattered across Lagos. But the easiest thing is to just call our call center, which is 24 hours, and we have toll-free lines. 0800 Ask Lashma and 0700 Ilira Iko. You call us at any time and they'll walk you through what you need to do. We have an entire sales force, over 200 people actually spread across. And they can come to your office or wherever you want them to come at the drop of a hat, and they come and make the presentation, and then they'll walk you through how you get registered and get enrolled.
So one last detail quickly. When the old NHIS plan was there, you have civil servants enrolled. And then when they had a particular procedure, let's say myomectomy, for instance, they'd say, okay, you as a patient pay a percentage, and then the covers another percentage. Is that how the health insurance scheme works, or you cover full?
So once it is a listed benefit, we pay everything. If it's not in the benefit, then you would have to pay for that out of pocket.
So that's where I want to go. So what is not covered? Because I know there are some terminal illnesses that Nigerians face, and they always need support and help. Yes, there are NGOs supporting some end, but how much of these terminal illnesses like cancer, diabetes, that you cover or you don't cover? Okay, so
we do treat non-communicable diseases because we know that's an emerging thing with us here. So whether you're diabetic, you're hypertensive, you have asthma, we've even put in something for sicklers. And recently we just put in something for lupus. They approached us.
Yes.
And they have an event today, which some of my people are there already. So we put in something for them so they can do this, their rheumatoid factor test. I think they have to do that like 2 or 3 times a year. So we've added that in there. The essence of a social plan is that you meet the needs of people. So if you have a request that comes in and you see that it is a need, you try and, meet those needs for people. That's really what's where.
So I wanted to...
Cancer, as you mentioned, yes, we do have facility for us to cover an element of funding of your cancer care up to $1 million. if you've been with us for over a year and you get that kind of unfortunate diagnosis, the standard plan will cover you for up to 1 million, and the plus plan will cover you for up to 2 million. For the common cancers, you know, that we have around here, breast, etc.
Corona is the
Oh, COVID. What government has for COVID is that we have a call line, which is free. That is also under LASHMA. The EcoTelemed is a telemedicine platform. You call 08000 EcoMed if you think you have symptoms or whatever. And most people are asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic. So we enroll you onto home-based care. The doctors would call you every other day, follow you up. And if you escalate, then we have a response system where they'll come and pick you up and take you to. But we will now talk you through what you need to do. A COVID pack will be sent to you, and so on. So that's,
So YK's question sort of threw me off. I had a different question, but just follow up. The COVID tests, if I have insurance, do I need to pay for COVID tests if I'm traveling?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, but I wanted to ask about age, because for me, as you have parents getting older, it's important to have a care for them. Do you have like age benchmark that you don't cover?
Okay. So it's social. So it's for everybody.
Oh, fantastic.
If you're 80 or 85, as long as what you need is within the benefit package, we will cover you. We even have a seniors plan, for instance, now.
Wow. I need
for people over 60.
I'm 61.
Oh, fantastic. So what that plan offers you in addition to what we have in the standard plan is that you can have a yearly screening test done. So we partner with some diagnostic centers. You walk in and you can screen yourself for the cancers and things like that. Yes.
Now, usually when you have all these government-funded schemes, sometimes providers treat us like they're the step-cousin of the real insurance company. You're like the stepchild. So they give you the worst drugs or the less potent drugs, or, you know, they say, I just want to see the cheapest, the one that pays for the years for everybody. Take that one. And so people just choose not to subscribe to government kind of scheme because it feels like it's for the Bogweru. Is that really for the Bogweru, or is this something that would they provide the same service any regular Nigerian would want to have?
So it's not every resident in Lagos is important. We have professors that subscribe to this scheme. So it's not, the quality of the drugs is indisputable. We have a list which we expect them to stick to. We have an entire quality team that goes around to do clinical audits to see the kind of drugs that patients are given, to see the kind of care that was given. And we even do some level of mystery shopping. So we walk in, we send people to enjoy the customer experience, quote unquote, and we get a feedback. That's part of what we do.
Wow. I have a hospital of 11 people.
Please.
That's a lot of people.
You're very welcome.
Go ahead.
I had an important question and it just so...
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I can even help because I noticed when I go to, because I'm not registered under any medical insurance scheme, when I go to the hospital, you will see the hospital full with, but because I come with cash, they answer me first. So all the people, I just pity them, they're just because they're all under insurance.
Yes, that's another problem. You're very correct.
So that is a perennial problem, not peculiar to just Iliraiko. That is a problem regarding all health insurance, not even just in Lagos, actually. But one of the requirements that we give, one of the criteria that we tell the providers is that you must have you must create a route for the Iliraiko patients. When they come in, we want to see that you have some sort of arrangement to try and fast-track them and get them moving as fast. And so that's some of the things that our quality people also check when they go to the facilities.
What about the speed of verification? Because, you know, sometimes you're getting to the hospitals in emergency and they say, oh, this is your card. Let us call the provider to verify. Oh, we don't know who the person is. I'm very sorry. We just need to confirm from them. And there is an emergency that needs to be taken care of. And what are you doing to advocate for all the policies that we know should be done in terms of healthcare, like treat patients without, if they have gunshot without, because we need more advocacy. Those two things.
Okay. So we're actually working with our providers to have a service charter document. And that service charter document kind of is like a social contract you have with the people, where you will state, when you come into our facility, this is how long it's going to take us to do the verification process for you to get your vitals done and for you to see the doctor, etc. And they will be held to that. Right now, we're IT-based. I'm happy to tell you. So when you walk in, all you need to do is give us your number, and they check you in the system. So it's not a barrier. Yes, you don't. No, you do not. You do not.
Okay.
So, you mentioned the standard plan, and what are the class of plans that you have? And
Thank you for that question. So we have a standard plan, as I mentioned, 8,500 for the individual and 40,000 for a family of 6. It was 18 years before, but now we've increased that to 23 because we got a lot of feedback that, please, my child is still at home at 21 in university, and I'm the one responsible. So why are you telling me that I can't, cover that person in a family plan? So we've extended the age to 23. We have what we call a standard plus plan, which is a little bit higher than the 8,500. That's 15,000 for an individual and 70,000 for the family. The same, yes. We even have, you can do it in installments. So what we realized at the informal sector level is that, yes, I want to, but I can't pay it right up front. So we have a facility for you to, we call it Ilera Eco Pay Small Small. Every month you will now make a payment. You have a card where you have that. Yes, and then the agent that collects the money also. So there's no dispute as to whether you paid last month or you didn't pay last month. And you still get access to the same care. Then we also have what we call our diaspora plan, which is being marketed abroad. You can pay for your family members that live in Lagos. You can pay in pounds, you can pay in dollars, you can pay in euros. And we have people that are helping us to market that.
Because I hear that a lot of funds being repatriated to Nigeria goes into welfare, food and health challenges. So this will probably help those that are interested.
Sometimes you get to an emergency center and there's a crowd and, they're trying to check out. Does just the presentation of your Ilera Eco card, does it give you quick access because they know, yes, this one is going to pay?
Yes, it does. In fact, you don't even have to brandish your card. If you normally when you, I don't know if you experience that when you, we send you an SMS immediately. So you actually even have your policy number on your phone in case you forgot or you don't have your card with you. You can open your phone, give them the number, and they check it, and then you get access.
This sounds really good. I have been looking for an insurance company, so I think I might subscribe to you guys. I have a large family of 11. I have a large family, but I have 2 grandmas, and they hardly go to the hospital. But, it's just be good for them to have it.
Do you cover annual checkups?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
for the seniors plan. Yes,
everything. Where your body, they check you 100%.
I'll just say that they will cover my annual check.
It cost me a lot of money. I was like, what?
It is expensive.
It won't be all the tests, too. Not for 8,500.
Okay, so you're going to give us the details, right? How to subscribe after. Okay, I'll definitely look into it. Thank you so much for this information. Really good to know. And I love the diaspora part because many people want to send home to help their family members, but they're not sure. So this insurance is a fantastic one to ensure that your parents, at least your family members, are well sorted concerning health. That's a great news. That's all we can take on the show today. Tomorrow, we move on to other topics as we still observe the political class as they are picking up forms. In fact, we are all coming together to buy form for YK and Nicolas Kuti because she also is running for president. So she has told me privately she will soon announce publicly. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Send it to my account. Send it to my account, please.
Don't buy the form.
I'll go and buy the form by myself.
No. Okay, you run away. We don't want to buy it. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.